you smell that?
What?
It smells like normal life coming back.
Oh, God.
First day back. First day back.
Why can't we drive?
Why can't we drive? It'd be nice to walk. Where's your coat? Mum got it. We're only a few weeks away from things starting to open up again now.
Are you excited?
Oh my God, yes.
Are you really? I don't really feel that bothered.
Really?
I like being at home.
Oh God, no! I need to go. I need a bit of Greece. I want to go to
Oh
Greece.
yeah, I wouldn't mind travelling. That would be nice, but
Yeah,
that's not going to happen in like 4 weeks.
I miss just going for a walk and then just popping into like a pub and having a pint.
Yeah.
I miss that so
much.
much.
I miss that actually. That would be nice if we're allowed to do that.
Come on, Lejeune.
George, no.
Oi! What is it with our dogs and eating poo? So disgusting.
Isn't it funny? Like literally the second I take my eye off her, still to you, she's
Yeah.
like gobbling down the poo.
Yeah, we have to
Don't
leave.
step in the poo.
We have to leave Pippi on a lead now because if she sees a poo, she's eating that poo, man. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. She hoofs it down quickly as well before you can get to her. Come on, Lejeune. Got a new nickname for Grayson, Lejeune. It's a kind of.
And what's my nickname?
Your nickname is Rubert, so now he's called Lejeune. Or Goose. That's Hannah's nickname for him, which is stuck. Goose and Lejeune. Come on, Goose.
I like Lejeune.
You like Lejeune?
Yeah.
Should we call him Lejeune or Goose?
Lejeune.
Lejeune?
Yeah.
Okay. So homeschooling is over. I thought you did a really good job at that.
So did you?
You think so?
Yeah, you did lots of it too.
I think I cried at one point. I can't face doing the rest.
Neither can I.
I kind of got used to it. I sort of miss it a little bit. Like I miss having him around.
We're gonna miss you. We're gonna miss having you around.
Love you.
How you feeling?
Miss him.
You're gonna miss him?
Yeah.
24/7
But I miss
kids.
having him around, but I'm also really enjoying alone time right now and like quiet. Quiet is so underrated. Like when they go and we come home, I'm just like...
From the moment Rue wakes up, he basically goes, Mummy, Mummy,
Yeah.
Mummy.
Mummy,
Yeah?
you can be this guy.
I will in a minute, Roo.
Mummy, can I have a snack? Can you play with me? Can you play Florence Marvel with me?
Okay.
Sometimes I'll wake up to him literally in my bed, in my face like this, peeking under my eye mask like, Mummy.
And then he'll be like, yes, Rufus. And he'll be like, this bit goes on here, doesn't it? And you're like, and if you don't say anything, he'll just keep saying, Mummy, this bit goes on here, doesn't it? You're like, yes, Rufus, that bit goes on there. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll just keep saying it. And if you don't acknowledge him, eventually he'll like start having a tantrum about it.
I honestly don't know how single parents have managed the last few months. Hats off to you single parents out there, man. Whoa, baby, that comes right off for you.
Well done.
Yeah, well done.
Now we're ready to surf up. Look, we're ready to surf up.
If you notice in this week's video, Rufus, he's got a bald patch on top of his head. He's got something called trichotillomania, or trick for short.
Thing.
It's like an OCD thing, yeah, and it basically means he pulls out his hair. It's kind of like an obsessive compulsive disorder. We don't really know why he's doing it. We've spoken to a specialist and they're just like, just don't acknowledge it, like let him carry on, it's fine.
I actually had one of our viewers message me on Instagram saying that her grandson does it too.
Oh, really?
And that they were told the same thing,
Yeah.
like basically not to acknowledge it. Don't say like, don't pull it out,
Yeah.
don't do this, because that, I don't know, makes them...
It makes it into a thing, doesn't it?
Yeah, especially they're so, like, they're starting to become aware that they're a separate person to their parents. So it's like this awareness of, like, the ego developing and, like, yeah.
Question, are you a supervillain? No. Are you Wonder Girl? Are you Wonder Woman? Rufus, look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
You okay?
Yeah. Wait, Stef!
Nurseries being open and schools being open now mean that Hannah and I can finally get on with some work.
Yeah.
So we've
got lots going on in the background at the moment. Haven't
Yeah, we do.
We're like little ducks on the water, and our feet underneath are like. Is it
Yeah.
ducks or swans? Swans on the
I think
water.
they both
No,
do-
I think it's swans.
I think they both do that with
saying.
their feet though, don't they?
Yeah, but like swans are like they're really chilled out on the top of the water,
Let's
and
be
then
the swans.
underneath they're like.
Yeah.
I've decided to do my 200-hour yoga teacher training course, and it's been something that I've wanted to do for quite some time, but one of those things that I've just never really got round to. I've never really had the time. When I was younger and I wanted to do it, I didn't have the money to do it. Stef and I went on a long walk over lockdown, and I was kind of having a bit of a, not a midlife crisis, but like just a bit of a like life crisis. And he was like, well, you should just do it, just train. So he kind of gave me the little push that I needed to just be like, do you know what? I'm the only one standing in my own way. The only thing that stopped me from doing it is confidence, thinking that I'm not flexible enough, or that I'm not confident enough, or that I wouldn't be very good, or whatever. Basically just me beating myself up. So I had to have a bit of a chat with myself and be like, you need to just do it. You need to practice and you need to get the course done. It's something that you're really passionate about. So yeah, I'm doing that. It's actually quite hard. I'm about 10% through now, and the first 4 modules are all anatomy, and I haven't studied anything to do with science since like GCSE level, so I do find it quite hard to kind of engage with that side of it. I feel like I've learnt loads already, and I really want to get down to like the bits that I'm interested in that I can see in the course but I can't get to because you can't unlock them until you've done all the other things first. All the anatomy, all the boring stuff comes first. But yeah, it's just something that I feel really, really passionate about, that I enjoy so much. I've been doing it since I was 14 years old, on and off over my life. I'd say for me it's more of like a mental thing. Like it just gives me so much clarity and headspace. It's just so important to me. If I could kind of bring that to other people the same way that it's affected me, then I would be really happy, and I'd feel like it was a really meaningful thing to do. Like I feel like it would be quite fulfilling. So I'm going to do my training, and then I'm going to start uploading some classes onto my YouTube channel. I'm really excited about it. If it means that some other people kind of find a little bit of space and benefit from watching a couple of my yoga videos, then that would just be like the cherry on the cake. The cherry on the cake. The icing on the cake. Anyway, I'm going to go get coffee and do some parenting.
I don't know how you're absorbing this stuff in this yoga course, because you read a bit out to me the other day about some ligaments, and I was just, it was like you were talking Japanese. I was like, what are you talking about?
To be honest, I'm really struggling with the anatomy side of it. Like, I find it interesting to a certain point, but some of the lectures are like 70 minutes long, and it gets to a point where I'm just like, nothing's going in anymore.
Yeah.
And the way that I learn is to like write down and then repeat, or like if there's a quiz at the end, that really helps because I'm way more likely to remember things like that. But I find it really hard to remember biology stuff.
It's quite boring.
It's
isn't it, as well?
intense,
Yeah.
that anatomy part.
I
And
thought
I've
they'd just
still
be-
got another module after this. It's like, I think I've got 3
God.
hours left of lectures in this module, and then there's another module which is like
It's hardcore.
twice the size of the first one.
I thought it'd be like, this bending over bit is called downward dog.
I think that obviously there's all of
I
that
thought that would be
later
it.
on, like the teaching part of it, that will be it. But
Yeah.
you have to know like anatomy, you have to know history and philosophy. The history and philosophy bit is the bit that I'm really excited about getting to.
Yeah, because I thought once you did the course, I was going to be like, oh, I might do it after you, but then after you, I seen what you're going through. I'm like,
I
nah,
can teach you.
I'm not doing that. No way.
I can
But
teach
yeah, so that's what you've been up to in all your free time, haven't you?
Yeah,
Trying to
literally
absorb
every
that.
free half
information.
an hour I have, I'm like earphones in,
Yeah.
lecture on whatever device. The other day I was cooking a roast dinner and also listening to a lecture. That's like multitasking to the max.
I've also started a new venture. I'm building a print site. which should be ready in a couple of weeks.
Prints and accessories.
Yeah, prints.
Stef.
Mostly prints though, so like 90%
Yeah,
prints. It's
yeah.
like there's affordable prints on there. There's photography from some of my favourite photographers. There's some illustrations from some amazing illustrators that I've reached out to. So I've got some limited editions. I've got some collector editions. I basically, because people come around to our house all the time, they always say, "Where do you buy your artwork?" But we buy it from everywhere, from car boot sales to like galleries to like websites. We tend to just find it and then be like, oh, I like that, and buy it. So I've been doing that for about 15 years. And what I thought would be cool is to create a place where I just find all the art that I really like and just put them into one site.
I'm excited about launching that, actually.
I can't wait,
man. I think everyone's going to really like it.
What we're trying to do is we're trying to bring a bit of stability into our life, because after lockdown happened, everything just froze and we were like, oh God, we had no furlough. It was kind of, I know a lot of people have it a lot harder, but we were just like, what are we going to do? We were panicking like hell because we didn't know.
We sort of realised that all of our income was coming from brand work, and
Yeah.
if the brand work stopped, then
And the brand work
we
literally
didn't
just stopped.
have anything to fall back on.
Yeah.
And we have, in previous years, we've always had something else going on the side. But yeah, it got busy and we just didn't nurture anything. But I'm having a lot of fun, like
Yeah.
kind of building something, and
Yeah.
excited about building
Yeah.
both of the
Yeah, me too.
things.
Me too. So I'll let you know more about that if you follow us on Instagram, whatever. That's where we'll announce when it first drops. I've got all the stock for the prints coming this week. I've got some of it here already.
I'm kind of worried about where we're going to put it all.
Yeah, I'll go in here for now. It's fine. It'll be good.
You've got a big load of room in here.
Yeah. I said my final goodbye to Dad, to the old boy. We all went off to Guildford, to the Guildford Crematorium, and had his funeral there. Grief is a fascinating thing. I've never dealt with it before, and it was such a shock to me to learn this new process. This is how it feels. It feels like an unwelcome guest who suddenly turns up to your house and just lets you know that it's going to be staying, and you don't know how long they're going to stay for. And you're very aware of it at first. You're very aware that it's there and it's always following you around. But then what it starts to do is it starts to hide. It hides between the pages of your books. It hides in your slippers. It hides under your bed. It tends to hide, and then you start to think, oh, maybe it's gone now. And then it will just climb out and be like, surprise, I'm still here. And sometimes it even changes shape, like it shape shifts and changes into different things and tries to convince you that it's not the grief, that it's something else that's making you feel the way that you feel. And it's really odd. I had a problem with writing this speech for Dad, and it's simply that I couldn't think of a way to describe him. But after a lot of reflection, I came up with two things I think that best describe my dad. And the first adjective I came up with is simply a character. Dad is what I would describe as a true character. A character is someone that makes an impact on you. A character to me is someone who wears their heart on their sleeve and has an endless passion for all the people and things that they love and hold dear. Everything from his family, his friends, his rugby, riding his motorbike, all these things meant so much to Dad. A character is also somebody who's far larger than life, somebody who can light up the room with their presence. Not having Dad around for the past few weeks has been some of the hardest times of my life, because he's the sort of person I would turn to when I feel this pain. So for him not being here has been really difficult, because he not just know what to say, but how to say it. But I found there's been a few things that I've reminded myself of to help lessen the pain. So I thought I could share those with you today. I remind myself that Dad always said he wanted to live to 70, which means 70. And luckily he managed to get a bit past that. I remind myself that he got to meet his two incredible granddaughters and his two cheeky little grandsons. I remind myself that he got to travel the world and explore different cultures. Dad was many things: stubborn, passionate, cheeky, complicated, mischievous, loving, funny, wise, inquisitive. But most importantly, he will always be so much more than that. And that's simply the second thing that I'd use to describe him. And that's my best friend. I'll leave you with one of his favourite quotes. Love many, trust a few, and always paddle your own canoe. Goodbye, old boy. Thank you. Bye. when I finished the speech and I slapped that coffin and I walked out, it was like this huge weight, this massive like tight grip from the grief had just let me go, and I just felt myself again, and I felt like I could carry on with my life.
I feel like I saw it in you as well. Like,
the run up. Whoa.
You were just lifted. Like, it was just this. I think that's one of the awful things about the timing of your dad's death. Because you had to wait so long to have a funeral.
Yeah.
Whereas normally it's like a few days.
Yeah, that's true.
And you guys had to wait weeks, and it's like that limbo in between of like knowing that it's coming up and having all that time to kind of build up this like dread for it, you know?
Yeah, it was hard, but it's good to say goodbye to him finally. They did tell me I wasn't allowed to touch the coffin. They said because of COVID I wasn't allowed to touch it, but I had to say goodbye and I had to give it a slap. Matt Hancock, if you're watching, apologies. I had to do it. I had to break the law. I gave it a couple of slaps because I had to give that old boy a goodbye, and that was my goodbye.
I feel like I sound like such a hippie here, but there's a robin that keeps coming into our garden, and I'm like, that's so your dad.
I don't think it is.
I know, I don't think it actually is your dad, but like, that's just the universe sending you a little sign being like...
Yeah.
Do you know what
Dad loved robins. He was a big robin fan. He loved those
little things. He was a big bird fan, wasn't he?
Well, he hated gulls, like me. He had a passionate hatred for gulls.
Yeah, well, who loves gulls?
There's one out there intimidating me. You hear that?
That's the universe being like, oi.
Some people like gulls.
Who?
I don't know, weirdos, man. Some people like homeschooling. Some people are weird.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Right, you ready?
Yeah.
So, when's the last time we measured you? So, 3 years old was the last time we measured you.
Was that the last time?
Yeah, and now you are 3 years old and how many months? So 7 months. Let's see how much you've grown in 7 months. Stand, feet against the back. That's it. Right. Head against there. This is how much you've grown. Chin up. 7. Down a bit. Look forward. Look there. Right, that's fine. That's fine. Oh my God.
Wow.
Wow, Lou, look.
Just lost 8.
You're 3.7 months, yeah? 3.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow, man. You've grown that much.
That's how much he's grown in a year. That much. It's
Stop
so much.
growing.
Oh, you're getting
Stop
big.
I have a question I'd like to ask you. Before you were born, if you had a choice, and you had 2 options. The first option is when you inherited your new world, you could see it only in black and white and in 2D, in 2 dimensions. You wouldn't know any different, so it wouldn't bother you. You wouldn't desire the extra dimension or the colour because it's something that you've never known or never encountered before. The benefit of seeing things in 2D in this black and white world is that there's less friction. Things are far simpler here, far less complicated. Now you have a second option. You can see the world in full HD colour. You can see it in 3 dimensions. And because of this, everything will seem so much more visceral. Because you'll see all the grace and beauty and majesty. When you look up, you won't just see stars, you'll see the whole known universe. What would you choose? Now, most of you would say I would choose the latter. I would far rather see the world in colour. However, the second option has a caveat. The universe tends to like things being balanced, so in order to see the world in 3D in full colour, you have to equally suffer. You have to feel a pain that's beyond something you could articulate to anyone that's kind enough to listen. That's the deal. Which one would you take? Which one would you choose? The simple 2-dimensional black and white world, or the world full of colour and pain? What would you choose? Listen to that, they've got like the loudest engines.
They're right outside
the other
our
day,
house as
the
well.
guy had a crane. I was trying to film something for Sky, and he had a crane. He was just slapping the concrete with it. And I was like, that's not what cranes are for. You don't slap concrete with cranes. Are you serious? Oh my God. He's just hammering the ground.
How do you know?
Because they got a big thing like that to like put to scoop up. They're scoopers. They're not like slap. They don't bang things. He was like banging outside right outside my window. I was like, I cannot believe this is happening right now. And I need to film this. Thank you so much for watching. We're really enjoying our podcast still. We're doing them live, so they're very raw.
I always forget to tell people on Instagram that it's actually happening until like 5 minutes before. So basically on Tuesday, just keep an eye out.
Yeah, we do it at random times on Tuesday. We do it live, but then
we're free, basically.
It's also up on Spotify, iTunes, all the other places. We're looking forward to getting some guests in when everything gets back to normal again. But we're really enjoying it right now. So yeah, head on over there if you've got some time to kill. You want us in your ears as well as in your face. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you all soon, guys.
See you soon.
Cheers for tuning in. Bye.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.